Here we are on Brunch with Brian this morning, and today I wanted to talk about it's National Spoil Your Dogs Day. So, are you a pet owner? I think that being a pet owner actually plays in well with being a real estate investor or being in real estate. Now, let me tell you why. And I think the reason is because that we all need emotional support. I think a lot more when we grew up and when I grew up, people didn't talk about mental health days. They didn't say, and I think the pandemic actually had a lot to do with this. I think people are more aware. I think people realize how stressful life has been the last 10 years or especially the last few years. I mean, the pandemic hit in really about 2020 March, and really that's when the world really changed. And so now we've been living with that for 3 years, and we for the first year or 2 years, it was very challenging, and people were challenged to be mentally healthy, and people have had a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of uh, aggravation in the political arena that has not been that way before. The level of political discourse has devolved, which is very sad because we used to actually be sort of civil in our public life, and now people just say anything and use the wildest, most hyperbole, and it's just gotten terrible. And I'm sad about that. But how did I get off on that? That's why we all need emotional support because the world is always challenging. And as a real estate investor, let's face it, it's a kind of a lonely pursuit, especially if you don't have a partner. Now, if even if you have a partner, you're doing things separately. And a lot of times if your exclusive job is a real estate investor, you may be spending a fair amount of time by yourself. It sort of depends on your organization, what you want to do. Now, you can hire assistants, you can be constantly in touch with people and be working with people. But, a lot of times as a real estate investor, you might be, driving around by yourself. You might be by yourself working, looking, researching, calling your phone calls. You're going to have some alone time. And I will tell you honestly that it helps me when I have this much alone time to have the dogs around. Come here, babies. Come here. So we have 4 dogs. So it's National Spoil Your Dog Day. So the lineup is come here, baby. Come here. We got Willow. You guys know Willow. Willow, come here. Willow, baby. Willow. Willow, come up. Come up. Come in. Up. Up. And now today we have S'mores with us. So come here, big girl. We have S'mores visiting. So S'mores is Trinity's dog, and she's a Bernedoodle, and she's a big fun dog, and she weighs about 80 pounds. And so you don't normally see her because she doesn't live here, but she slept over last night. And so she sleeps over. She plays with Willow all the time, so they get along really great. And Willow, come here, baby. Come here. So you guys know Willow. You are such a good girl. Because Willow a lot of times will come in and say hi to us because she likes when Daddy talks. And so when Daddy gets excited, she gets excited. So she comes over. And then, of course, the little ones. You guys know these. Okay, so, and they're a little bit scruffy right now, but this is Mars and Jupiter. I mean, Mars and Saturn. Our first two were Mercury and Jupiter. Then we had Neptune, and he lives with our sun now. And now we have Jupiter and Mars. So, National Spoil Your Dog Day. I had to have all the dogs on. So now you got to see all 4 of our dogs. And yes, I think dogs are very emotionally supportive. I will tell you that Willow has absolutely changed Lynette's life. She goes with her everywhere. She actually trained her as an emotional support dog. So she can go on planes, she can go to restaurants, pretty much anywhere Lynette goes, Willow goes. So even though she's a bigger dog, she's really well behaved. She learned how to be good. And these guys are really good. They get along great with people, and they love to hang out with Dad. And, they hang out with me, and they're good. And just having them around gives you good emotional support. So all this is just to say that let's be aware of our mental health. Life is challenging. Times are rough sometimes. Sometimes you have a bad day. Just remember, when you have a bad day, just remember it's not all going to be bad days. And, sometimes you have a bad day, but then the next day is a real good day. And so don't let a bad day get you down too much. Don't get too discouraged, and get emotional support from your pets. So if you do not have a pet, I'm just saying it's a source of love. And yes, is it a source of aggravation and pain in the end when they die? Yes. But you get so much love, and the family gets so much love out of them during the time that you have them. So I am definitely a huge dog fan, and cats. I love cats too. I just love pets. Any pet that gives you love and makes you feel more calm when you're petting them, that's just very good and emotionally supportive. So I'm out for mental health today. It's also my brother Chris's birthday today, so I'll give a shout out to him. So that's all I was going to talk about today. Okay, get a dog. Okay, get some emotional support in your life through a pet. I absolutely believe in that 100%. And so our affirmation for today is I get the emotional support I need. Okay, so we should focus on that. And sometimes, our generation, it wasn't really a focus. Everybody didn't get a participation prize, and everybody didn't have little, mental health days. So now I think it's great. I mean, I don't mean to sound like, it just wasn't the way it was before. And now I'm glad that people are more aware of it. And even sports personalities are, saying, hey, I need a mental health day and times like that. So really good. Good morning, Tony. Always good to see Tony. And Bill, hey, Bill, good to see you this morning. And awesome. Good. Willow, Jupiter, and Mars, all of our babies. Yeah, it's Saturn and Mars. I goofed that up. Jupiter and Mercury were our first two. So yes, get a dog, feel the love. Absolutely. I'm a 100% believer in that. So I get the support. I get the emotional support I need. So, and it used to be like that was a sign of weakness. If you were a man, you didn't need to get emotional support. You're supposed to be, strong and silent, and the Gregory Peck type, John Wayne. So let's get away from that and get the emotional support we need. So I get the emotional support I need. That's our affirmation for today. Ready? On 3 times on 3. 1, 2, 3. I get the emotional support I need. I get the emotional support I need. I get the emotional support I need. Yes. So hopefully you get some emotional support every morning when you watch me, or the 4 mornings a week that I'm on Brunch with Brian. So I'll be back tomorrow again. Let's do our deep breathing. That's supportive too. Deep breath in. Now always put a smile on your face. Just these, few minutes with me can be very emotionally supportive for you, and encouraging and motivating. Just even the deep breathing. Let's do another deep breath in, because it can invigorate you, and just put a smile on your face. Remember, always smile when you do your deep breathing. One more. Really good. And let it on, relax. Yeah, that's a really good little spot in your day. And that can be a very emotional support for yourself. Being kind to yourself, giving yourself positive self-esteem. We played pickleball this morning, and one of the guys, I keep telling him he could be a lot better player if he did what? Stop talking out loud during points and saying negative things. So he says, oh, I can't believe I missed that. That was the worst shot. I'm so bad today. Now, what do you think that's going to lead to on the next shot? You think he's going to make a great shot on the next shot thinking that way? No. So I'm helping him with this mental game, and we all have a mental game, not just in a sport, but in life. So be strong in your mental game. Get the emotional support you need today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, keep expecting success, getting awesome training and support from the Wolf Couple, and doing what? Taking action, and taking action by signing up for our workshop on September 22nd. Just go to our homeinvestingacademy.com and sign up for $1 to hold your spot, because it's going to be a Zoom call. We have to cut it off because I don't want too many people on this. So that's coming up September 22nd. Get signed up for that at homeinvestingacademy.com. Until then, I will see you tomorrow. Keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and taking great action.